So I did a bit of a social experiment a while ago. It wasn't an actual one. I posited the idea of like a species of aliens that are like very much like humans, but just a little bit better than us at everything. And people didn't like that. They didn't like that at all. Something about that just really just rubbed people the wrong way. I think we're used to the idea in like different fantasy stories and like sci-fi and stuff like that, of there being like different species or sub-races and stuff like that have like their pros and cons. Like these guys are really smart, but they don't live for very long, or these guys live for ages, but they're boring. And I think we humans like see ourselves as like the jack of all trades sort of a thing. Yeah, we've got a study size of 1. And particularly in like sci-fi and fantasy stuff, it's often like humans are like the glue that holds society together. Like we might not be special, but it's our ingenuity or something like that. And I love the idea that like we get welcomed into the Galactic Federation or something like that. And we do find like these alien races that are like weirdly specialized in exactly the way that fantasy races would be. And we find that we are kind of like the in the middle. We're able to specialize in ways that they aren't. Except there's these guys named Keith. All of them are named Keith. Fucking Keith. And Keith, the Keiths, are just better at being the jack of all trades, the Keiths of all trades, than we are. And not only that, they're just more likable. And then when people are like, oh, well, who are we going to invite to the parties? Like, why would we invite humans? We've already got Keith. And last time I made the video, people were just like, no, I mean, what do you mean they're better at everything? Are they better at being bad guys as well? Like, just don't try to get out of that thought experiment, come on. Like, they're just a bit more like charming than us, and like a little bit more quick-witted, a little bit more ingenious. Like just a little bit cleverer and like a little bit sexier. You know what it is? You ever been like meeting people and you bring up like a fun analogy and then like someone else goes, oh yeah. And then they say just a slightly more fun analogy and you're like, all right, fuck you, buddy. That's them. That's them all of the time. Like their entire existence is just like them having a slightly better analogy for something. And like, it doesn't bother anyone else because like all of the other sci-fi species and stuff like that, they are all, weirdly specialized. Like there's a strong one and the wise one and whatever. And so they don't feel threatened by the Keiths. By the way, I don't actually know anyone called Keith. I'm not just weirdly projecting here. I do have like one friend who is like more internet famous than I am, and I am a bit bitter about it. So, okay, I might be projecting a bit. They do nothing but name drop, by the way. Oh, I met Steven Spielberg. Oh, yeah, all right, damn. I think we would hate the Keiths with a passion, like an unbridled rage. I don't think we'd be able to handle it. I really don't. And you know what? I'm actually going to take everything else away. They're not like actually better than us at like everything. Like if there were a D&D thing, you know how humans have like the +1 to 2 things and then a feat, or like the +1 to everything. Like instead of them having like +1 to everything and a feat or something like that. No, they're basically exactly the same as perfectly functionally. But everyone just likes them better. They just do. We'd hate it so much. We would hate it so much.